What's up, guys? It's Chellers, and welcome back to a brand new series on this channel, which will be a NHL 19 franchise vote with the Boston Bruins. Now, Boston is an original six team. They're a historic franchise with 6 Stanley Cups under them, and they're also my favorite team in the NHL. So this is gonna be a bit more. I like this a lot more than the Vancouver one, although I love the Vancouver franchise mode. You know, this is my team. This is my team in the Boston Garden. So what we're going to do in this episode is I'm going to tell you the settings I've used for this series. I'm going to go through the entire roster, the prospects, the trade value on everyone, so you know what's going to be happening, and the expectations of this series of what I want to do, alright? So starting off, I've decided to turn off Fog of War in this series just because in Vancouver I had used it for I think 3 or 4 years. And I just didn't like it after that. You know, I kind of got bored of the non-scouting. You know, having to play your prospects and all that. It's an interesting gimmick, but I think it's like the good old, know how your players are and all that. Like the old NHL 19, whole NHLs, not NHL 19s, only one. So yeah, injuries will be off. I kept the draft pick ownership to authentic, so I'm pretty sure Boston has their first rounder of this year, and we are also using a roster update for the trade deadline. So we do have some of the acquisitions that Boston made, like Charlie Coyle and Marcus Johansen. And yeah, so what I will do now is we'll look at our contracts, we'll look at all of our players and see how they stack up. So we'll start off in the centers. So looking at the center core, it's pretty decent. You know, it's actually really good. You know, with 90 overall, Patrice Bergeron, he's our stud. He's our highest overall player. And look at that, the defensive awareness 94, 95 stick checking, 95 faceoffs, 91 passing. His shooting is pretty low at 87 wrist shot accuracy and slap shot accuracy. It should be a little bit higher. But one thing I've done was actually change his potential to an elite exact instead of the top 6. I don't know why he's a top 6. Even with Marchand, we'll be looking at that after. So Patrice Bergeron's our first line center. Our second line center will be David Krejci. He's 85 overall. He's a Czech Republic playmaker, 32 years old. Really good defensive awareness, solid passing. Shooting's a bit low, but his offensive awareness is nice and high. And one thing to note from our top 2 centers is that they're 33 and 32 years old. So Bergeron will be dropping off sooner rather than later. He is 33 years old, but he still will be probably our second line center in a couple years. And at the end of his career, he'll be our third line center most likely. Krejci is 32 years old. He's already 85 overall at that exact top 6 potential. So we could see maybe in 2 years him start dropping off to an 84, 83 overall. And hopefully Charlie Coyle could be ready to take on that. Hopefully he could grow to an 84 overall at the end of this year. So he could be a second line center for us. So let's look at Charlie Coyle's stats. So he's He's a second line forward role right now, 83 overall. He's more suited for our third line. His passing is pretty solid, but it's more his physical play that you like. See his physical 90 strength, 87 body checking. His speed is a little slow. His defense is decent. Shooting is okay. I think it's better than Krejci's. And his offensive awareness is a little low. So hopefully he could grow a bit more. He only has 1 year left of growing. Our fourth line center is David Backes, according to this, but I think I'll play him on the wing. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with the lines yet. He's an 80 overall. He's a guy that we're looking to move, alright? He's a top 9 forward, 80 overall, 34 years old. His stats aren't that great, but look at that contract. $6 million for 3 years left. And after this year, 2 years left. So that's a pretty steep price to pay for an 80 overall. If we can move him, that'd be our main goal. We have Danton Heinen, a nice young guy, 23 years old, 80 overall, medium top 6 potential. He has really good passing for his overall. And that's pretty much it. His offensive awareness is okay. His defensive awareness is nothing special. His skating is good. His physical is okay. And his shooting is okay. Overall, he could grow. He could grow maybe to an 82, 83 overall, be our third line winger, third line center. Yeah, so those are our guys above 80 overall. As you can see, we have no other prospects in the team. At center, we have Coleman here, but he's a medium bottom 6 forward. He has played for Boston so far, but I think he got sent back down. Nola Chari, Sean Crowley, and Chris Wagner is our actual forward line. So seeing them as a 77, 76, 76 overall is a bit unfair because they're actually really good together. But, I can't be boosting everyone else's team, would be too unfair. On left wing, we have our other highest rated player, Brad Marchand, Patrice Bergeron's partner in crime. I made him an elite player also because top six just didn't make sense. The guy is a 2-time 80-point guy. After even last year, had 85 points in 60 games. So he's really good. He's on pace to be a 4-time 30-goal scorer and a 3-time 80-point scorer. And here you go. You can see his passing is really good. His shooting is really solid. He should get 30 goals every year. His defensive awareness is really good. He's one of the best defensive forwards in the defensive wingers actually in the league. Skating is nice. His physical is pretty solid. And yeah, so our second left wing is Marcus Johansen as an 83 overall. So he's one of the newly acquired guys that Boston traded for in the trade deadline. The other one being Coyle. His passing is really solid. His offensive awareness is good. His shooting is okay. His defense awareness is not too great. And that's pretty much it to worry about. Jake DeBrusk, another young guy. He's a sophomore this year, 82 overall, 21 years old. Hopefully he can grow into an 84, 85 overall. His passing is okay. He's more of a shooter. As you can see, he has 88 slap shot power, 87 wrist shot power. He's a sniper, so we have to expect more from him in the goals. Maybe a 20-goal scorer for us this year. Alright, and then Joachim Nordstrom. I don't know how to say Joachim. I don't know, I'm not really sure. But he's 26 years old. He has an extra year after this year on his contract, so he could stay on our forward line. And yeah, so looking at our right wings, here's our nice young prospect. Well, not prospect, our nice young player, David Pastrnak. We only have him as a right wing. He's an 89 overall, medium elite potential. He is an absolute stud. Everything about him is really high, especially on offense. Look at his shooting. He has 88 power, but 93 and 92 wrist shot and slap shot accuracy, 92 offensive awareness. His puck skills are amazing. And he is known in Boston with those hands. Pasta with those hands. Really good dangler. He's a really good shooter also. He's more everything on offense, that's what he is. Passing, shooting, hands, that's what he is. His defense is high in the game, but I know in real life he's okay defensively. He's not a liability, but he's not a Brad Marchand, Patrice Bergeron in any case. His skating is really good. Physical is not that high. So that's our forward group. Marchand, Bergeron, and Pastrnak is our top three. Krejci, probably put him with DeBrusk and maybe Johansen. And then Coyle alongside, I don't know, Heinen and Backus, maybe something like that. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. But that's our forwards. Now let's look at our defense. So, we have the captain, Zdeno Chara. He's he's an exact top 4 potential. 85 overall, and that's what he is. He's 41 years old. He's our captain. 89 defensive awareness, a little low. He should actually have a bit higher. Since he is 41, he's still our rock. Still averaging like 22 minutes a night. As you can see, drafted 1996. So he's one of those before 2000 draftees. I think there's him, there's Thornton, Marlowe are still there. I don't know who else is still. I think maybe Luongo. I don't know if he's I think he's 99. So as you can see, we have him there to be our defensive rock. All right, he has just the defense. His passing is okay. His offensive awareness is really low. Shooting has a high slap shot power. His physical is really good. He's our defensive defenseman. And then the opposite is our offensive defenseman, Torrey Krug. He is, he's a free agent. Next year. So we have to extend him next year. We have another year with him after this. But he's our 50-point guy, 60-point guy. What we expect from him, 90 passing, 90 offensive awareness, really a good shooting, 90 slap shot power rate, 83 slap shot accuracy, 84 wrist shot accuracy. He's not strong, he's only 5'9", 186, so he's not strong, but he is fast and he's really good on offense. That's what we have him for, offense defenseman. And here's our sophomore, and he does want an extension, so we will look at that. Charlie McAvoy. 20 years old, medium elite, and 85 overall. 87 passing, really good for a 20-year-old. Everything is there. Everything is balanced for him. He's a two-way defender. He will be our defenseman of the future. All right, 14th overall in 2016 by the Boston Bruins. A really solid young guy entering his sophomore year. I think he was he a finalist? No, he wasn't he He wasn't a nominee for the Calder. It was Keller, I believe. And as of right now, he's really coming into his stride offensively. He had some injuries this year in real life, but I believe in his last 10 or 9 games, he has like 7 points. So he's starting to pick up the pace on offense. And yeah, he's our stallion on defense for the future. And actually, as of right now, as he's the highest rated, tied for highest rated defenseman in our team. So we will be pairing McAvoy with Chara. Krug will probably be playing with Brandon Carlo, who is our other young prospect. Well, not young prospect. Sorry, it's his third year. He's not a prospect. He's our other young defenseman. We do want to keep long term. He's an 82 overall, top 4 medium defensive potential. And again, he's a defensive defenseman. He's going to be like the defensive, the Zdeno Chara for our next like 6 years, 7 years, however long we want to keep him for. So as you can see, his defense is really good. His offense is not good. That's what we expect from the defensive defenseman. And then we have some other guys, John Moore, Kevin Miller, 81-80 overall, will be on our top 6. And Matt Grzyk is 7-9 overall. I'm a bit surprised he's lower overall than John Moore. Because he does play the majority of the games than John Moore, but he's lower overall. He's another offensive defenseman. He's medium top 4 D potential. 24 years old. He's a 3rd round pick by Boston. He's a Boston native. I remember his dad. His dad does work for Boston. I think he's equipment manager or something like that, or an arena manager. I don't know. I don't remember what he does, but I don't know how we're gonna play him. I know we're gonna have Chara, McAvoy, Krug, Carlo be our top 4. I may send him down. He doesn't have to go through waivers, so I may send him down to the minors and have Moore and Miller together. His role is top 6D. So I'm not sure about that. And then in goal, we have Tuukka Rask and Yaroslav Halak. This will be our tandem for the next however years. Yaro's a UFA in the 2021 season, so we have an extra year after this with him. Tuukka has, 3 more years in his contract, which should be good. Hopefully, we do have a goaltending prospect in our system. So hopefully he can become the starter when Rask's contract is up. That is the goal. Alright, so now let's look at in the system and see who our prospects are. So Anders Bjork, a medium top 6 forward with 78 overall, 22 years old. He could grow a little bit more, maybe to an 81. Hopefully that's what I'm hoping for, is like a low 80 overall. We have Jamel Smith. He's not going to grow much. Jakub Forsbacka Karlsson, 75 overall, 21 years old. Hopefully he can make an 80 overall. I think he could. We have Trent Frederick, a 74 overall, 20 years old, medium top 6 forward. Peter Solaric, who should be a little bit higher, in my opinion. He is in the NHL. Well, I don't know if he's still in the NHL, but he was playing in the NHL. He was playing rather well with Krejci and DeBrusque. Zach Senyshyn, whose potential is way too high right now for what he's shown. Medium top 6 forward. Wow, 72 overall, 21 years old. And our center, Jack Studnicka, 70 overall, 19 years old. He's like, hopefully he could grow to a mid-80 overall. I'd say this is our number one forward prospect in real life. He's killing it with the Niagara Ice Dogs now. He was traded from the Oshawa Generals. And yeah, and also Jakub Blako, low top 9 forward. Those are big prospects. Those are the ones that we currently have. As you can see, it's not that bad. We do have a nice future with us, but we don't have that elite prospect on forwards. On defense, we are looking pretty good. We have 75 overall, 21-year-old Jeremy Lauzon, medium top 6 defensive potential. But here's our best defensive prospect, Urho Vakanainen. He's a medium top 4 D, 73 overall, 19 years old. He was drafted in 2017. 18th overall pick. And yeah, he's a decent guy. He's a pretty solid guy. He should make the roster in maybe in 2 years, probably, most likely 3. We have Zboril, one of the 3 first-round picks in 2015, 73 overall, 21 years old. So he could potentially make the NHL also in his career. And I think that's it. So we don't have as many prospects as our forwards, but we do have 2 pretty solid ones in Vakanainen and Zboril. Both left-handed defensemen, so we don't have any right-handed Ds. Even Lauzon's left-handed. So looking for a right-handed defensive prospect could be one of our main goals. And finally, in goal, we have Kyle Kaiser as our main goaltending prospect. He's played for USA in the World Juniors this year, if I remember correctly. 62 overall, medium starter. And we have Dan Vladar, a 67 overall, 21-year-old high backup. So maybe he could be an 80 overall. But for now, he'll be backing up Zane McIntyre in Providence Bruins, our minor league team. So that's going through our roster. What we'll do now is we'll look at the trade value of some of our players and see what we can expect to get back from one of our main trading guys. So I want to trade away David Backes. He's our main guy. You know, we have 2.4 million salary cap, as you can see, and we have some extensions to make. So that's an important thing to see. So David Pastrnak's our highest trade value player with nearly full. He should grow into a 90 overall. He has a really good contract, $6.6 million for 5 years. Then we have Charlie McAvoy, 85 overall, 20 years old. He's our second highest guy. And then it's Marchand Bergeron as our third and fourth. Krug has some pretty good trade value. So does Krejci. So we could... I don't want to trade Krejci, but he has a pretty high contract for his overall. So we could consider maybe moving him next year. Brandon Carlo has nice trade value. DeBrusk is pretty good. Coyle has pretty solid trade value compared to some of our other third line guys. Frederick Vakanainen, here's our prospects, our top 3 prospects. Stadnika, Vakanainen, Frederick. Bjorks, Borville, Senishin, I'd say our second tier prospects. Here's Danton Heinen. Chara has actually pretty decent trade value for his age. Usually guys that old have really low trade value even though they're high overall. Here's Johansen. Where's Backes? I think Backes, yeah, here you go. And actually, Anaheim's interested in him, so you could potentially move him. But we'll do that in the next episode if you want to move him. He might be a deadline move or something. I'm not sure what we want to do. But Backes would probably be our top priority to trade away. He's our, he's our 5th most expensive player. And one of our lowest overall players in our team. So that's probably an indication saying he should not have signed that contract with us. Well, we should not have signed him, sorry. And he is number 1 priority in being traded. So we'll go to our edit lines and we'll see how we stack up our lines, how the coach does it. So assistant coach will be off. So we'll have Marchand, Bergeron, and Pastrnak together. I like that as a start, but we may consider moving Pastrnak down. We'll put Johansen on the right wing with DeBrusk and Krejci. I like this more. DeBrusk is a natural left winger. So hopefully he could grow a bit more. He could get a couple goals with Krejci and Johansen. Our third line, what I may consider doing is putting Danton Heinen, Coyle, and David Backes as our third line. Have our highest overall players. And yeah, it's pretty solid as a third line. And who's our scratch guys? Kuhlman, Achari, Grizzlick. So we will keep Corrali. Corrali is our center. What's his 72 faceoffs? What about Wagner? 73. Nordstrom, 73. So we'll keep this as our fourth line for now. We may look to upgrade it. That's probably a top priority. So yeah, on defense, we will have Chara playing first pairing with McAvoy. I think this might be the smart move than having Krug and Carlo. You know, have a two-way defenseman playing together, then an offensive and a defensive defenseman together. John Moore and Kevin Miller on the third pairing. Looks pretty solid. In goaltenders, you have Rask and Halak as a starter and backup. Special teams, alright. Now, here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to try and replicate Boston's power play in real life for now. So I'll put Krug here, Marchand Bergeron. I'll put Pastrnak there, and then put DeBrusk here. This is how our... Well, I don't know how the position is for thing, but we play an umbrella with Krug as a defenseman. Pastrnak in the Ovechkin office, Marchand on the opposite side of the circle, DeBrusk in behind the net, in front of the net kind of guy, deflection, and Bergeron in the slot. That's kind of how we set it up. So on our second unit, we usually have... Well, now we have Marcus Johansson, so I'm probably going to put... who's our highest offensive... our highest offensive awareness? So 81... Grizzlick has some pretty one. Yeah, he has 84. Miller, 80. I may take out more and put Grizzlick there. So I'll put McAvoy, Krejci, Johansen. We'll take out Carlo. We'll put in Coyle. Yeah, we'll put Charlie Coyle there for now, and we'll leave Chara down just for now, so we can move out John Moore after. Four-man power play: Bergeron, Marchand, Pastrnak, Krejci, Krug, McAvoy. We'll do Carlo. No. We'll do Grizzlick. And we'll use should we use a forward for a 4-on-3? We'll do this. We'll put McAvoy here. Take out Carlo, and we'll put in Coyle. We'll put that as our 4-man power play. This will be Grizzlick. Yeah, I like that. Our penalty kill. Alright, now this is just way off. We'll have definitely Patrice Bergeron as our first line center for the penalty kill. Playing alongside of Brad Marchand. Oh, no, not Pasternak. Brad Marchand. So there you go. That's our first unit. Our second unit will be Brandon Carlo and probably Kevin Miller. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put Carlo on the right side. And what's Krejci's defense? 89 defensive awareness. What about Coyle? 85. Heinen, 84. Backus, 85. And where's Kuraly? Oh, Kuraly's already there. Kuraly, 82. We'll put Krejci. We'll just put our top guys. So Krejci, and on defense, Pasternak is really high, but how about, what's Johansen? 86. Coyle, I think we'll just put Coyle. We'll put a power forward. So we'll have that, and yeah, this will be our 4-man penalty kill. Our 3-man will be definitely Bergeron, Krejci. We'll put Carlo here. We'll take out Moore and put in Miller. Okay, that's our special teams. Now I'll put our extras. So Marchand, Bergeron. We'll put McAvoy, Krug for 4-on-4. Grizzlick will be in place of Chara. We'll keep Carlo there. And then we'll put Coyle, Johansen, yes, and then Miller, and we'll put Chara. Chara is our third 4-on-4. 3-on-3, so we'll have Grizzlick as our third liner. We'll put Krug with Marchand, Bergeron, Krejci, Pasta, McAvoy, Coyle, Johansen, and Grizzlick. Extra attacker, Bergeron, Marchand, I don't really know. Shootout doesn't matter. So yeah, let's go to our defense and let's take out John Moore and put in Matt Grizzlick. I think this will probably be the best move for us. Hopefully Grizzlick could grow a bit more. So go back to the special teams, take out Chara here, put in Matt Grizzlick. 4-man power play, take out Chara, put in Grizzlick, and put them in the one-timers. And we'll do the same here. Penalty kill, yep, fine. And then extras, take out Chara here and put in Grizzlick. And then 3-on-3, take out Chara. Oh, no, that's Johansen. Take out Chara and put in Grizzlick. Alright, so our lines are set. Now is our expectations of the regular season and playoffs. So, we are listed as a champion. We are expected to win the cup, and that's my goal, is to win a Stanley Cup with Boston. And I think our best chances for winning the cup will be this year and next year. Definitely. Those are our chances. After that, we may have to consider a retool. You know, getting some more prospects, getting some more picks, trading our older guys. That's what I may consider in the 3rd year / 4th year. Because we don't have a top center after Patrice Bergeron. You know, Stadnika, Frederick definitely won't be a 90 overall. So we have to consider drafting one or trading for one or signing one in free agency if there is one. So that's our main goal. Winning the cup, maybe go through 1 or 2 years of rebuilding. I think might be a smart option. And then going back with a retooled, rebuilt team with our main young guys like Pasternak and McAvoy still there holding the charge. I think that's our top priority I think that's our goal for this series. You know, 2 chances at the cup for the first 2 / 3 years, then a small retool, and then from year 6, 7 onward will be our chance at the cup once again. So anyways, that was the first episode for the Boston Bruins. Franchise mode, a new series. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for some more content. And I'll see you guys soon.